Does anybody know what month it is?
February.
Correct. Does anybody know what's so important about the month of February?
Yes, it's Black History Month. It's the time when we learn about Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks.
Yep, that's correct. Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks were amazing African American leaders who did so much for our country and for African Americans. But however, today we're going to be learning about other African Americans. Does anybody know who Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler is?
I can't believe you don't know who I am. I am Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler, the first African-American woman physician of the United States of America. I was born in 1831 and died in 1895. When I was younger, I saw my aunt take care of people in my neighborhood. I knew I wanted to be like her when I grew up. So I went to school and became a nurse. But, and no offenses to nurses, I wanted to be greater than a nurse. I wanted to be a physician. In 1860, I applied to an all-white medical school. Now y'all know I was scared. But guess what? I got in and I graduated as a physician in 1864. At that time, there were only 50,000 physicians and only 300 of them were women. I was the only African-American woman. The same is true, Black girls rock.
Wow, how cool is that? Thank you so much, Dr. Crumpler. Does anyone know who Charlotte E. Ray is? Nobody?
I can't believe you guys don't know who I am. Well, my name is Charlotte E. Ray. I was the first African-American woman to have a law degree. My parents truly believed that education was the key to colored's advancement, so they made sure me and my 7 siblings went to college. After graduating from the Institution for the Education of Colored Youth, I became an elementary school teacher at Howard University. I loved my job, but I wanted more, so I decided to apply for Howard's all-male law school. I applied under the name C.E. Ray to conceal the fact that I was a woman. You can imagine their surprise when a colored woman walked through the door, and I was equally surprised that they let me stay. After graduating in 1872 for studying commercial law, I was one of 3 women of any color to have a law degree in America. I tried to get my practice up and running, but because of my color and my gender, it was hard. So I decided to go back to teaching elementary school at Howard. Today, my legacy lives on as the Charlotte E. Ray Award is given to the most promising female African-American student each year. Dr. Crumpler, I agree with you. Black girls do rock.
Mrs. Ray, thank you so much. Okay, class, we have 2 more people who we're going to be talking about today. Does anybody know who Nat Turner is?
You mean Nat King Cole?
No, sweetie, not the singer, Nat Turner.
Now I know y'all know who I am, or at least you should. I'm Nat Turner, or as others would call me, the Prophet. I was born on October 2nd, 1800. Sadly, I died on November 11th, 1831. I was only 31 years old, 31, when I was hung to death. And I'll tell you why. See, I was a slave. I was born a slave and died a slave. I traveled from plantation to plantation, trying to spread the word of God to other slaves. You see, even though we lived during bad, evil, and confusing times, I still believed in God and knew that in Him I'd find joy, peace, and comfort. I wanted my brothers and sisters to have that reassurance as well. So that's what I did. I spread the gospel anytime I could. I spent the time when I was supposed to be preaching to help build my team so that we could rebel for our freedom. Well, Master and them didn't like that, especially when I was telling other slaves that God had spoken to me and told me to revolt and kill my oppressors. Nah, they didn't like that one bit. So we did what I thought I was called to do. We fought for our freedom, killing 55 white supremacists in the process. Well, that's what led to me being hung. But I still fight for my freedom all over again if I still have the chance.
Thank you so much, Brother Nat. Okay, so we have one more thing we're going to be talking about. Does anybody know what Black Wall Street is? Okay, so Black Wall Street is never a group of, it's like a large group of African Americans who have their own community.
Now, if you think blacks ain't ever had their own community, well, you better think again. I'm O.W. Gurley. In 1906, I moved from Arkansas to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and bought over 40 acres of land. Now, do you think I kept this land all to myself? Of course I didn't. I sold this land to other African Americans so that we could all be successful. I sure wish more of today's black folks would do how we did back in the day, but don't get me started. Anyways, this became one of the most successful black economies in American history. We had everything we needed right in our own community and didn't have to leave for nothing. But you already know what happened. Haters, other folks didn't like what we was doing, and over the course of 2 days, burned down our entire community. It broke my heart to see something that myself and my brothers and sisters worked so hard on be destroyed because of hate. You might know this as the Tulsa Race Riot in 1921. By the end of those 2 days, over 800 people were admitted to area hospitals. 10,000 people left homeless. 35 city blocks were destroyed, including 1,256 residences. And 600 jobs were lost. It took us over 5 years to rebuild the Greenwood area, but it will never be the same. Maybe y'all can get together and build something like we once did.
Okay, class, that concludes our lesson for today.